Welcome to this episode of Inspiring Talks. And today we're going to talk with Anna from Sweden and Gothenburg. And we're very welcome, Anna.
Thank you. So nice to be here.
It's
So
so nice to have
excited.
Yeah, so nice to have you. Um, Tell us a little bit about your company.
Yes, well, I am working as a coach and educator, and I also have a lot of lectures. And my main customer is the highly sensitive person. So that's my niche, you could say. And it's people from 9 years old and up to 80, 90. And I also have highly sensitive managers. And I also I educate to be a coach with expertise in highly sensitive person. So that's my company, you could say.
So, highly sensitive person, what would that be? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah. To be a highly sensitive person, it's you have four main things, and it's like you think and process very, very deeply, and you react to the environment differently from the general person. So you are more sensitive to thing through your senses, you could say. So you are more sensitive for smells and sounds and stress response, and you can also pick up, things that other persons don't notice, like body language, when you change your features in the face. So you are more sensitive to the environment from the outside and the inside. So many highly sensitive persons think that it's something wrong with me. I must have a diagnosis or something because I'm so sensitive to everything. Yeah.
It sounds very hard to be highly sensitive in a
It's
stress
tricky.
environment in our society.
Yeah, in our society, it's a bit tricky because in our society you need to be, high achievement to do things, and you don't have this reflection time to just, draw back and just relax.
Mm.
So yeah, it's tricky, and more persons realize that they are highly sensitive. It's about 20% of um, people all over the world that are born with a highly sensitivity. So
Oh,
it's a lot.
okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you find your niche and how did you find your business idea?
Yeah. I was in that time I was working as a kindergarten teacher and a manager at a kindergarten, and this I got so exhausted, so I was near a depression, and I just thought I need to do something about this. So I started to study something that's called NLP. It's a coaching. I maybe you heard of it, Michaela. Yeah. So I started to study NLP, and I just realized that wow, it was so much that happened to me when I studied NLP. And where I studied it was a coaching center. So it just felt natural that I was started to work with clients at that
Hmm.
place that I was studying. But it wasn't the goal to be a coach. The goal was to heal myself, like, and I just love to help others to find themselves. So
So
that's,
how did you take the step to start your own company?
yeah, the longer I studied, the more I realized that I want to help others with the same things that was a problem for me. So in Sweden, we are very fortunate because we have this Arbetsförmedlingen. How do you say that in English, Michaela?
The unemployment agency, yeah.
Yeah. And they helped me to take courses to be a self-employed. So I got some money from them to start up my business. So the steps was really that first I wanted to help myself, then I started to study, and then I get to this place in Sweden that could help me, and it was step by step, and it went quite fast when I started, and this was 2010, I think,
Mhm.
and 2012 I discovered the highly sensitive person.
Okay.
uh, and I discovered it because I was still working as a kindergarten teacher part time. So I had my business part time, and I have this kindergarten teacher work part time. And I just realized that some kids are more sensitive. They are more empathic. They are more like they want to, draw back and be more by themselves, very sensitive to sounds and smells. So I started to Google highly sensitive and got a hit on a person whose name is Eileen Aaron. That is the psychologist, the person that discovered these traits.
Mhm.
So I started to study what's a highly sensitive person, and I realized I am a highly sensitive person. So no wonder that I, um, can see this in other persons.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
it was step by step, you can say.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was thinking when you say that you were working part-time, um, it's a big step to start your own company, right?
It is.
And you don't know if it's going to, when are you going to get clients, and and all
Mm.
these new things you have to learn,
Yeah.
and how to set up your business. And
Mm.
so it is, for many, it's a safety net. You know that you have money coming in, right?
Yeah.
Um, but it's also two worlds. And
Yeah.
now you were working close to the kids, and they have this problem, so you learned. But
Yeah.
was it difficult to handle part time and your own business?
Well, for me, it wasn't hard because um, for me, I guess this is like a life purpose. And when you are, when you find your why do I do this? I think it's not hard. It's more like it gives you joy. It
Mm,
gives you peace. It gives you, everything that it's about you, and you find yourself in your business. So I think the first step to start a business is your why. Why am I going to do this?
mhm.
And to have someone to talk to, like a mentor or something, I think that's really important as well. But I think your why am I going to do this? Because just earn money isn't a life purpose. You need to find it in yourself, in your soul, in your heart. Why am I going to do this? And my why was so easy. I want to help myself so I can help others to find their inner peace and navigate in this world. you know. So I think that's really important to find your why.
I
And I
so
think,
agree. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I guess that I know that more people than realize that they have their why. They just need to find someone to help them, coach them, so they can, bring out uh, the fire in them to see, why am I going to do this?
Yeah. And to package it, because sometimes
Yeah,
you can't really put words into it, how
exactly.
to to formulate your why. But I was thinking, a lot of people might say that I don't want to stay in this job, I want to leave. But
Yeah,
that's not really, you have to know where you're going and why,
exactly. Yeah,
instead of running away from an employment, for example.
yeah.
So,
It's
but
the same in all parts of life. You can't run away from a relationship. You need to know where to go to have some more positive, outcome, where to go. Yeah, I
yeah,
totally agree with you.
yeah. So, um, when I think about your business and
Yeah,
highly sensitive persons, do you give them tools to handle it, or do they stay for a long time and you coach them, or
yeah.
how does
It's
it work?
it's it's quite different actually because it depends on who you meet. But all of us have, inner beliefs about ourselves. So the first step is to, um, to figure out what your inner beliefs are about yourself. So yes, I give them tools, and it's like stress relief tools. So it's a lot of mindfulness, it's a lot of NLP, but it's also about talk about your past to understand the now and to go into a positive future. Because when you are a highly sensitive person, it's very seldom work with CBT, because CBT,
CBT.
cognitive behavior therapy. Because when you are a highly sensitive person, you need to understand your past to figure out why am I like this, or why did this happen to me? So you can reduce the things you did in the past. So just work with the now, like most coaches do now and forward, or CBT seldom works with a highly sensitive person, because you need to know why the past and now to go into the future. So I work a lot with the past as well, actually, the attachment styles. So you can give yourself a secure attachment style, so you can work and have healthy relationship with yourself and others. So that's a big, big step to work with, and just crush your inner beliefs.
Do you work online or do you meet your clients?
Both,
Mhm,
actually. I both online, and I have an office in Gothenburg in Sweden as well.
mhm.
So it's both. So I have
And
clients all over the world.
you have clients all over the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do.
okay. That's
Yeah,
nice. An
yeah, it
international
is.
company.
Mostly Swedes, of course, living abroad. But I also have, like, yeah, from the United States and UK, and I had one person in Singapore, actually.
Wow. It's a
Yeah,
time difference too.
it is. It is. The working hours are not, 8 to 5 Swedish time.
No. Yeah. So how is it to work with on a global scale? I mean, it's you can't. How do you bring balance to your life, work-life balance?
Yeah, that's a really important thing you ask me about now, Michaela, because um, when you are your own and have your own company, you need to take care of yourself as well. So I love to work globally. It's so amazing because we are so different, but we are so alike, you know. So I just love, love, love it. And to take care of myself, I do a lot of meditation and I work out a lot at the gym. I love to be spend time in nature. So to take care of your basic needs are so important, you know, sleep and eat and work out, and to work with your own history as well. So I have a coach as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
so you need to balance.
Yeah, and especially when you work online with different time zones,
Yeah.
can't really close your door and go home. And
No.
even if you have someone in Singapore, then you have to take time off another
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
my tip is to, I have, in Sweden, we have something they call Boka Direct. It's a time schedule that you have online. You buy this service, and in this uh, timetable, you can book your appointments by yourself. So some days I have, you know, I work from 6 o'clock in the evening to 1 o'clock at night, for
mhm.
example. And other days I work, you know, Swedish times. And if I know that I have like people abroad, I have one day off the day after, and maybe I work a Sunday instead. Or, and I think that's something I love to be my own, that um, I can have my own times. I can um, figure out when do I want to work. I don't have a manager that, you know, look across my shoulders and say, Anna, are you doing what I need you to do? I can decide my own times, my own business times, and that's a big plus for me.
Yeah, and I can imagine the system you're talking about. I don't know about the system, but I can imagine that it helps you to get time off. Otherwise, I know myself, I'm just going to do this and just
Yeah,
this and a little bit of this. And, you know, the
yeah,
time flies by. So
yeah.
it's good to have tools that you can use so you can get time off. Yeah.
Actually, you need tools because if you run a business and it's your, you know, oh, this is my life purpose, you need to learn to set boundaries for yourself. And that's really, really tricky. So don't take your phone or computer to bed, for example,
Yeah.
you know, and have, you know, don't answer in the phone at the phone or email, just, you know, special times.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think that's tricky to set boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
The-
Michaela. How do
yeah.
you how do you do it? To
Well, I struggle with it,
Yeah,
first of all.
yeah,
But I have two daughters and I really enjoy being with them. So taking time off, but I do struggle and I've been close to, you know, getting the tunnel vision because
yeah,
I do too much in my company. So yeah, I
yeah,
know how it is.
yeah,
But to people listening to this, what do you have for advice if you might, maybe you know a little bit about what you're going to do if you're going to start a company, but you're not quite sure, what would you say to them?
Well, my best tip is to find someone that could be your mentor. So you can, speak to someone that knows more about it. Maybe someone that has his or her own company. Maybe they had it for a long time to just help you to figure out what you want to do. Someone that can ask you the right questions. I had that actually before I started, so that helped me a lot. Yeah. And surround yourself with people that bring out the light in you, not people that question you. Oh, you're going to do this, or don't do that, you don't earn any money, blah, 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 blah. Surround yourself with, a network that bring out the light in you. So you dare to take the steps. So a mentor and a network, it's really, really important, I think.
Great
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, when I started a company many years ago, I didn't know anyone that was
Mm,
a business owner. It was a totally new world to me. So I got into different networks just to find my way.
yeah.
And that helped a lot to be with people dealing with the same type of questions that I had then. And I agree, talking to someone as a mentor is a
Or a
great,
coach. It could be a
yeah, or
coach, of
coach.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but not to talk so much to your family and friends. Of course, you
No.
can tell them, but when you have to turn over the stones and you sort of talk about the same topic, how should I do this? And they don't have the answer for it. So then it's just, well, to have someone with the experience and being in the same circle, that's a
Yeah.
great tip, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Thank you so much for this inspiring talk, Anna.
You're
Thank,
welcome. Thank you for bringing me on your wonderful podcast.
thank you, and bye bye.
Bye bye.